What up with your late nighters? This is for my late nighters. This is the digital pit boss with the golden war chest. We getting straight into some critical thinking. What you thinking? Knock them out the box, baby, baby. I'm gonna slow the tempo down a little bit, you know. Take you into the last quarter of the month. So pit boss switching up the game again. Getting deep inside the mental of the rhyme. We're going to dig into your mind. This particular golden war chest is about critical thinking. How fast are you on your toes? How quick do you comprehend the message? Well, I got a short video, about 10 minutes long. I hope you stick around and stay around long. Maybe you'll learn something. We're going to use the example of the door-to-door sales. Pay attention to these words. We're going to give Black Ink a run for his money. We're about to put bars inside of bars, inside of bars, inside of bars, and critically think all the way through it. Now, I'm trying to offer something different than what I see, but the current narrative that they call consciousness and the hopeless romantics of the conscious community. So some of y'all might feel like it's boring. What Pit Boss is doing, it's boring. And I understand, because I agree. It is boring if you have a short attention span. But if you have the need to be a critical thinker, the Pit Boss is offering the best channel in the game. I got 1 million of these videos. I don't want to get into it right too quick. Go ahead and share the link. Let's get the views up so we can grow up to build up what we're doing on the come up. Holla at your boy. Hopefully y'all appreciate the various levels I take this to. So give me a few minutes of your time to drop this line.
Be quick like Nestle and beat it like Michael Jackson. That's why your neighbors said I remind him of Nicolas Cage, because I'm gone in 60 seconds. But watch this right here, Dad. Look, who does this the most on the window? The kids, the dogs, that are ugly black guys that eat fried chicken. Now you see these water spots? Look, they get wider than my elbows without lotion. Watch this, Dad, and I'm right here. Because Stevie Wonder says seeing is believing. And I got a disease called enthusiasm, so I'm gonna cut straight to the mustard. Watch this though. Don't laugh too hard, because the neighbors gonna see this black kid scrubbing your window, okay? But look, wax song like Mr. Miyagi. Remember the Karate Kid? Now watch this, they air dry. Look, it puts a coating on your window. No water spots, no fingerprints, no streaks. That's why we can't sell it to criminals. Don't tell OJ or Tiger Woods, okay? They've been loving this stuff. Now, Dad, y'all, you and Mom, y'all would agree. Oh my God. You see this right here? Who did that one? Who did that? Okay, watch this. Now, my mom said if it's darker than me and it don't pay the bills, it shouldn't be there, right? God bless you. Now look, this right here, we just upgraded like Beyonce. This is our new surfactant. Hold this and watch this, because this should be the main reason why you get the HBO special. You know what HBO means? No. You get to help a brother out. Yeah, I've been on the road like toilet paper. Half of your neighbors in the community, they said they just go get it because I'm funny, because this stuff spills itself. Look, you just go back and forth like an argument. Now I ain't see, but look how I split that like Moses did the Red Sea. Paint me green, call me a pickle. And look at this right here, look. Goes good with chicken. Don't drink it, don't give you the Hershey's first. But look, that one bottle lasts longer than my last relationship. Y'all got water, right? Yeah. How far you qualified to use it? Oh yeah, Mom. Now this is my last demo, and I'm out here quicker than your favorite shampoo. Y'all familiar with these right here, Sharpies? Yeah. Now watch this. Even though I'm black, it ain't black magic. It just worked. Cause look, say you got this in the clothes of the carpets of the laundry. Would you agree that's hard to get out? Would you throw it out, shout it out, get OJ to stab it out, Mike Tyson to bite it out, Kobe Bryant?
Oh, okay. You were done.
It was a multiple choice funny show. Because you know you can't put bleach on colors, right? Sure. Look at this. This is safe on colors. That's why we couldn't sell it to Sammy Sosa. But look, you just spray the spray, right? Now, this right here takes out ink, blood, coffee stains, grass stains, Kool-Aid, lipstick, gum glue, candle wax. Would you say that's whiter than the Colgate Smile? No. Oh my goodness. You see that? You're using on my teeth? It ain't Jesus in the bottle. I use mine, they turn brown. No, I'm just kidding. But no, you just use it on for your house. What's the hardest thing to clean? Would it be carpet, the tile, barbecue grills, the shower doors, that oil and rust in the driveway that's blacker than my mother but not as beautiful, or that calcium right there?
Can I put this on YouTube?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you selling?
Personality show. But this sells itself though. It's called Advantage, the Wonder Cleaner, best thing since cake and ice cream. Now, unlike Madonna, it's never been touched. So you only put 2 caps in a bottle. And well, I just come, most of your neighbors, they just get it because they like me. Y'all familiar with Tony Robbins?
Yeah.
See, I'm taking this course because this is how Jamie Foxx started off door to door. And he said 2 years of door to door selling is equivalent to 4 years of college communication, how you interact with different people. That's why half of the neighbors don't buy it because of work. They just get it because they like my tenacity, because they said it in an easy task going door to door. I'm pretty sure Windex and bleach ain't never knocked on y'all door, made you laugh when mom got the camcorder just to tape them, right? High five. That's all I'm saying. But what y'all do for a living? Y'all must be in sales too, man.
I know,
because your house bigger than my whole neighborhood. Zig Ziglar said every great salesperson buy from a good one, right? God bless you. But that's what I said. Just try the one. You don't even got to buy the case today. Like, man, like my mom said, you can't get the whole chicken, at least get the wing, right? And oatmeal beat no meal. But like I said, you only put 2 caps, 20 ounces of water. So that one bottle make you 68 sprayers. But you should just save my autograph because by the time you run out, you probably see me on Last Comic Standard and then you go to eBay and get your money back. Because even Jesus said if you give a person a fish, you can feed them for a day, but if you teach them how to fish, you can feed them for a lifetime, right? Sure. God bless you. But if y'all had it, what would you try on first? That right there, or the hard water spot, or just because I'm funny?
What? I don't know. How much is it?
Well, the one bottle is just 36 a bottle, and you get a spray bottle, it makes you 68 bottle. I just get 50% of that, because if I don't sell nothing, I'm getting that. That's why your neighbor, he said, I'm just going to get it because you're funny, because the one thing that your neighbors did say, look, right here, you know all of these cleaners, this is another joke though, so take this one. But you know all of these cleaners right here y'all use? They said this stuff is like a pregnant lady on welfare, it don't work.
Okay.
You get it? Because you know there's Clorox, Simple Green, Full, non-comic, Spick and Span, Pine Sol, y'all probably use a lot of those, right? Mm-hmm. Now if you had a choice of grabbing a solid dollar or 100 pennies, what's easy? High five there, so you sharper than Gillette, that's what I'm talking about. Now this should be really the check test for y'all though. Now mom, you see y'all door handle? That brass? Oh my God, pull it over. Watch this. This should be the main reason why y'all get to get rid of me special.
Can you sell it for $30?
I'll get fired right now. But what you can do, mom, you can write this off for fundraising though. That's what most of your neighbors do.
What?
You get the
Was that a yes?
I like you, mom. You must be a teacher.
No.
Because you got a lot of class. But you see right here though, for real. No, you get to write it off though. That's why a lot of your neighbors don't do it from their pocket. They do it from their heart. But I'll tell you what I can do. If y'all get the one bottle, I'm gonna throw in a free Mary Kay, Christian Dior, Calvin Klein, Louis Vuitton spray bottle to go with it. But this should be the check test though. You see this brass right here? Now I'm gonna be out. One last time y'all seen this look shiny like a baby honey when y'all first bought the house. God bless you. Watch this right here. Now it's so old. I know now it's about to be brand new. It's gonna go from 79 to 2010. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's worth the bottle right there.
Off the door.
Oh, yeah, it won't. Don't panic. It's organic. Remember, I told you it won't fade color. Remember, that's why we could. That's why we could sell it to Michael Jackson. Well, our product means OSHA, USDA, EPA, and PETA. You know, this is safe around dogs. I like Michael Vick, and it's safe around kids. I like PB Herman. I'm fine. Oh yeah. Would you say the show alone worth me getting a commission off that one bottle?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's why you should do it from your heart. You think I can do stand-up comedy?
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm doing it. This is a stepping stone for me because I get a commission to pay for my acting school. That's why a lot of your neighbors.
Are you from around here?
I'm from my mama. Don't tell my daddy he's faggot. But we stay out here now. Yeah, we stay in Red.
What's your name?
Kenny Brooks. Why you gonna see me on TV? Make sure you take that Kenny Brooks.
Well, because I think if you're around, because we play music in bands and we have it'd be perfect to have you come up and between bands and say some shit.
High five, yeah. Y'all, why y'all so nice, man? Y'all cooler than the other side of the pillar. Dang, if I had y'all hands, I'd cut mine off. Because your neighbors been working me like I'm black and paying me like I'm Mexican. That's why I'm trying to get off work. I had one neighbor trying to make me clean the toilet. I was like, dang. Y'all, but that's why I said just try one, because I know they ain't going to take the cheese out y'all macaroni. And mom, it ain't like y'all can't use it, though, because you use it on everything. Only thing you can't use it on is dirty man, dirty soul, and nosy neighbors. That's why when you call it Jesus in the bottle. And then, you know them bugs that commit suicide on the front of your car? Yeah, they told me the bugs out here is bad in the morning, bro. Watch this right here. You can see it's unisex, but it's made.
I have to leave though.
Okay, well, just try one. You can do cash, check, or chicken wings. Because you get this right now, you only have to wait on it. We faster than UPS and FedEx. Most of your neighbors just been doing cash and making it out to the company. Could you get it right now? And I'm gonna give y'all a spray bottle just because you're gonna make me clean the toilet. God bless you. All right.
Boom. The art of the sale. That was about as good as you can get. At the front door, you got 5 minutes to make the sale. Is you quick with the wit? Do you got a gnat to hit the tick? You got a girl that want to lick? Hold on a minute. The art of the sale, people. We're doing something different over here. I know most of y'all are not all the way tuned in to what we do, but what we do is going covert. It's going underground. It's educational. It's economical. It's 2 + 2 = 4. It's real simple, though. And I know you don't believe me, but them donations is stacking up. I'm getting 500 here, 1,000 there, another 1,000 here, another 500 there, and a 25 there, and a 20 here. And y'all looking in amazement like, what in the hell is really going on? Well, let me break it down to you. Let me be clear. I came on this thing rocking the mic on the digital Pitt Boss about a year. I dropped a video called Crossing the Bridge, September the 12th, 2016. Take a look at it. It's about a few minutes, if you know what I mean. Well, September the 12th, 2017 is right around the corner. That is a special day for me. That's my birthday. I'm a Virgo, did it in the worst way. Got to get it on the first day. Came out the womb with the groom just to get the broom. You understand what I'm talking about? Never seen a doom. I came in the conscious community thinking that I was going to enter in somewhere where we could debate and then begin to build something stronger. But I guess my paradigm was a little bit too much vex for him. Maybe that William Bell I introduced just raised too much hell. Somehow the conscious community rebelled. They didn't like my Booker T. They didn't like the stem. They want to blend it to the steam. But I just stuck to the scene. I put the economics in the work and made it work. Now, amazingly, Pitt Boss affects this thing. When I say I affect this conscious community, I'm saying they biting me, they stealing all my lines. They regurgitate them and they don't sound like Pitt Boss said the line. They trying to get with it quietly. I've changed the narrative. That's about the biggest feat you can possibly imagine to reach in this thing. I didn't waste my time trying to expose the fraud. I just changed the whole damn game. They had to face the fact that the conscious community was a crackpot. It was just a small little corner on YouTube. 1 or 2 channels talking nonsense. I had to change it all. It took 1,000 videos or more. So I was listening to one of the popular channels, the Sodnetta Network. You know, the kind of work that'll make you sweat work. I said to myself, now what would make a man start thinking about his future? I thought their passion was to wake black people up from what enslaved them. The current narrative is that the white man enslaved them with the Bible. I knew that was some garbage walking in. But I said, but it's popular. It's such a popular narrative that if I go on and run the hotel hustle, this won't take long. You know, I think I got a black belt in the hustle. I'm like Ip Man with the hustle. I'm breaking arms and legs on the first strike. Nevertheless, conscious community couldn't quite accept those facts. They couldn't take it. It was too hot and heated and everything they needed. It was just doing too much for them. But I stuck to the script. I didn't waver much. I didn't get much attention. I didn't get invited to their platforms. They want me to come now. But shit, I'm already standing on a balcony smoking on a fat one. It's a wrap. First year is over with. Who can come close? Who can come close? Who can say they're still rolling with their same narrative and their narrative is as solid as the first day? Who's doing that? Do you think the 12 tribe chart? Do you think that those that promote the 12 tribe chart really want to go there? They changed that narrative. Or what about the white man wrote the Bible? When did he write that Bible? What white man wrote it? You think they still want to run with that? What happened to all of those guys who was popular last year? Where are they now? We need to do a conscious community where are they now show. We can go back and grab some names. It's a whole lot of them that you just forgot all about. They say that only the strong can survive in the business world. That you're going to need to be on top of your game to succeed. Now, I got a whole list of various topics I'd like to share. Let me see if I could get lucky. I was watching this one video. Just want you to understand. Let me see. It's on one of two channels. It's a popular guy you heard of before. We're going to see. Let me see if it's not on this channel. It's on the other. All right. It's on the other one. Hold on. Maybe that. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can crack the code. This cat got so many channels. I gotta run through them all just to find the one I'm looking for. No, that's not it either. Damn. What's really going on, Pimp Juice? What's really going on? How y'all doing tonight? It's pretty late night. I see my haters don't ever go to sleep. They always got the YouTube on. They don't never got shit to do. That's what makes them greater, the haters. Haters are greater than observators. All right. Now I'm starting to see where the hell could this channel have gone. All right. Let's see. Okay. He could have took this video down. I'm not sure. I don't want to spoil it because I kind of timed it. I kind of took a quick snapshot in my mind and timed it. I think was it this one? No, it was only the other day. Can't be one that old. Had to be a new video. Bear in mind with me. Now you believe. Where are they now? Conscious Community Edition. Wouldn't that be the shit? Boy, we would have to go back. Name some names. Nah. that you remember, but ain't seen since September. There's a few I can think right off the top, but we know where they are. We know where they are. But there are some missing. There are a whole lot missing. I may have to edit that. Where are they now? The conscious community. Where are they now edition. We got to go back and, you know, if I had the support, I would do a whole documentary on what my experience was like. And I would bring up so many clips. All day, all day. Let me see if this is the video. Hold on, be strong. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. Now, I might can't catch this clip right at the right moment. But the star of the show is a guy. Now, I'm going to have to pop around to find the right moment. The star of the show here is Sarnetta. Sarnetta. I can't get enough of Sarnetta. This dude, man, y'all don't understand. He calls me when he needs me on the back end. Y'all would be amazed. Y'all would be amazed. He got this personality that you know he ain't shit, but somehow you let him wash the windows of your car. Let me see if I caught this video at the right moment.
You know, see, I'm not biased when it comes to that. I think Zion Lex and Jabari will be powerful on stage in front of everybody. What's it?
Okay, hold on.
Nah, Reggie, come on, man. We still got to give it to him, man. All of the people ain't like that, man. All of us ain't like that. There's some. Get the natural shit. Don't fuck with the pills. Don't. Okay, let's get down here.
Hold on, I think I got it. I think I remember.
We hurt ourselves, family, all the time. And if we don't deal with that, we're going to continue to destroy and hate ourselves. All you got to do is look at YouTube. Look at the hate on YouTube. Ain't no white man doing that. Niggas doing it. There's niggas doing that. And there's a group of niggas supporting the fuckery when you look at the channel. See, they wouldn't do that if we was to say, you know what, enough of that, man. I'm not supporting that shit.
Okay, I think I found my spot.
All right, Garfield ain't respond yet. Okay, now, as far as the picture, y'all, no comment, man. No comment.
Okay, let me back it up a little bit.
Yeah. So what else y'all got? I think I'm gonna pay the bill, Garfield. I'm gonna see what Garfield say. Real talk. I seen you saw pay $600 for shoes. Goddamn, pay the goddamn bill. But listen, it's not that. I'm trying to tell you what the people are telling me. If I pay the bill, they saying that it's still gonna be on my credit. That's what it is. And guess what? They went down too. I ain't gonna front. If I tell you what they went down to, y'all gonna be like, Saul, what the fuck is wrong with you? That motherfucking bill went down like $400. 4 and change. No, I'm not cheap. I will be gladly to pay that bill right fucking now if there was to wipe the shit off my credit report. But the people that does credit are the ones that's telling me that's gonna be a mistake if I paid the bill. Because if I pay the bill, that they're not going to wipe it off my credit report. If you think I'm lying, go and talk to the people. Ask them. They'll tell you. If you pay the bill 7 years, clock will be set. Come on, man. Pay the bill and contact the creditors. Pay the bill and contact the creditors. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Sweet potato. Brown rice. Brown rice.
Sarnetta.
Pink cabbage. Y'all ever heard of pink cabbage? Slam.
All right.
Nobody asked me about that. And if you do, now you see what Garfield is saying right now? Sarnetta, the Dagger Squad encourages our clients not to pay the debt collector. Now, why, Garfield? Why not pay the bill? Why? Why not, Garfield? Why not pay the bill? Talk to me, Garfield. Why not pay the bill? All right, Garfield ain't respond yet. Okay, now, as far as the picture, y'all, no comment. No comment. I don't need to address that. I don't need to address it now. We're not worried about that shit, Saul. You already know. Because if you know your brother, y'all shouldn't even ask me to worry. Y'all shouldn't even ask me to address no shit like that.
I'm almost done. I'm just waiting for him to make his last
So
statement.
you can use your business credit. Get Garfield to build it up. That's what I'm trying to do. But most of the time, my sister Cheryl, is that I'll be busy a lot. Garfield be busy. And then Wednesday come, Garfield is busy. I'm busy. But I got to make time for Garfield to build up my business report. Sonetta, Tommy Sotomayor is still talking mad shit about you. I didn't know y'all watched Tommy Sotomayor. Goddamn. In order for you to know that, y'all got to be watching him. See, y'all love Tommy Sotomayor. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. Y'all love watching Tommy Sotomayor, man. I know y'all do. Because y'all know, I don't know nothing about the nigga. I don't know what he say. I don't care what he say. I know why he do what he do. He does what he does, family. It's quite obvious to a duck. He does it for views. He does it to get paid and to get hits on his YouTube channel. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Tommy don't give time. Sometimes Tommy don't even believe some of the shit he be saying. He says that shit just to get views. And y'all fall for it. This is why Tommy beats y'all all the time. He beats y'all. Notice, as soon as I finished with Sister Segment, I took that shit right off my channel. Giving that nigga no love like that. Come on, man. So, my family. So brothers and sisters that's out there in the world, when I go back upstairs, I'm gonna upload a couple of videos that I did yesterday. So I'm gonna get your credit rebuilt with Garfield or Sister Shelly. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Tommy got stolen. No, Tommy really did not get stolen. That's not what happened. Tommy ain't get stolen. Tommy Sotomayor was edging the dude on to hit me. He was saying, hit me. What you gonna do? Hit me. Hit me if you're not afraid. Hit me. And then when the dude hits you, you're talking about you got stolen. It's crazy. That's crazy, family. Y'all gotta stop believing in everything y'all fucking hear all the time on YouTube, man. God damn. So why didn't Polite come to the reunion?
All right. It's kind of a long clip. I'm trying to get to a point where he gets back to the credit. I'm not really interested in Sarnetta and Tommy. You know, Coon show. I don't care. The point was this. Garfield is supposed to be the $1 million credit guy. And he has an entire team with a weekly show that is the lowest rating show on Sarnetta's network. And trust me when I tell you, these cats is meager beavers in the game. I listened to him. I'm like, what? Huh? So here's Sarnetta running one of the popular channels. And all of a sudden, after all of this great debate about skulls and about the Metu Neter and Kemet on trial and the Hebrews on trial and the Moors jumping over the fence and the Mexican immigrant and all this bullshit, we boil down to one thing. The bill collector is calling. He don't give a shit if you're white or black. Pay that bill. And he doesn't know, should he pay the bill? Should he not pay the bill? Let me call Garfield. Garfield's busy. What the f is Garfield busy doing? Fighting on Facebook? Trolling in the chat? What the hell is he busy doing? Working on that scam. Here's the point of the matter. With all of these conscious channels in this entire community, there is an actualized money value to it. No one knows what it is. No one understands how to count it. No one understands what to do with it. Imagine this. Tommy, Sarnetta, Tyreek Nasheed, Black News 102, Black Magic 363, there should be a few more channels I could name. Let's go outside the box a little bit with some of these popular channels. Thought Crime, the Black, what do you call itself? The Black Thunderbolt or the logo. It's a couple of channels on this YouTube that does an easy 50,000. Let's go on and throw Young Pharaoh and Sarah Sutton-Seti in there. The leaders of the YouTube world in this consciousness, even the perverted consciousness of a Coon channel. Whoever you would say the Coon channel is, Nana. Either way, Imagine this, that they all understood their role. But you know what I see? I see the crabs in the bucket, the niggas in the hot air balloon, the black cracker behind the clown mask in action. It's a repetitive cycle. No one can win for tearing the other one down. I don't have a problem at people disagreeing with people's views. But what's worse than that is to watch them destroy each other's networks so they can't make the game work, so you don't have to sweat the work. We can't build the network of different opinions. A network of different opinions. Impossible task. I had to put out the call. We got to block all the troll accounts just to bring the game back. I had to put out the call. The angel of death done flew in the room. Somebody asked, gonna meet they doom. Little bitty channel I got has a strong, hardcore, conscious following. If I get 100 views, them 100 views watch the conscious community. For sure, for sure. That means whatever I say hits every one of them in the ear. All of a sudden, 6th Dynasty, they want to talk that STEM. Sinetta got a financial show. The Almond Ross Squad learning how to count to 10. It's economic education. But you know how these black people are. Pitt boss is just way too potent to agree with them publicly. He might get some shine that we can't find. I've yet to see a damn one of them get $1,000 donation. Damn one of them. Nana, I woke up today to another one and another one. And people don't understand, why are they doing it? Or if you haven't reached out, I'm a brand builder by trade. A brand builder by trade. Trust and believe. I'm involved in things you can't believe. It just goes down. Let me show you. Give you an example. Let me see. I got some sort of email today. I think I can show you. I think I can show you. I think I can show you. Nana, how long you been watching? You familiar with the girl singer I introduced named Falami? Might you be familiar? Might it sound familiar to you? You might not have been around that long. You kind of new. Seems like you floated in from the Tommy Sotomayor crowd. Could it be? I don't know. No, sir. Ah, polite. You're polite. That'll get you something out of life. Something good's in the waiting for you, Nana. Hey, Nana. Oh, Nana. All right, let me see. Where is this? Where is this? Let me show you how the game works so we ain't got to sweat work. Boom. Look. Look, look, look. Okay. Let me make sure I don't put certain information out into the open. I got a lot of haters, motivators. Okay, so you're not familiar with Falami? Falami.com? Let me show you. First, let me show you Falami, right? So I introduced the singer. She's a lead singer with the group Chic, Nile Rodgers, and the group Chic. Nile Rodgers is a songwriter who's very popular, been writing for over 30 years. He wrote that song for Diana Ross, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I want to let that show. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So I come out of this music industry with lots of friends and lots of friends INs, right? So here we go. Let's work it out like this. So Falami comes to your boy. Here she is, the beautiful Falami. Superstar sensation. Okay? There's a little page. You can go to her page. It's Falami.com. Folami.com. Right? She put out a song called Discovery. Here's a little commercial. Let's take a look. Just in case you don't know how to sweat work and make.
Well, I basically started singing in school. My mother had a Black institution that I grew up in East Palo Alto, California. And basically throughout my childhood, I performed, and the school traveled and performed and did things. I stayed in theater programs and singing and acting classes and dance classes. And she one day told me when I was in high school that I should probably study musical theater, and I went to Howard University. At Howard, I studied musical theater. I have a BFA. Our teachers were teachers to a lot of stars. It was amazing to be a part of a legacy. Performing on American Idol was so dope. It happened just really way too fast for me to take it all in. It was really a big experience for me because I auditioned for American Idol years ago here in Atlanta, and I wasn't what they were looking for, is what they told me. So to be on American Idol during the finale season of a couple years ago, it meant so much to me. Right before I was just basically trying to get into the music industry here in Atlanta, and just getting my feet wet, going to open mics and sitting in with producers and just letting people know that I sing. Obama is one of the coolest people I've ever met on the planet. Being in the White House at that time, I realized that I was on the safest place on earth, and not even an extraterrestrial was gonna come and get me. And the most amazing part about the night was me actually single-handedly going to get Michelle Obama and her two daughters to come up on stage and dance with us and just celebrate the night for their dad. And that was really, really special. What's to come this year is music, finally, from Falami. I've been talking about it for years, and I've just basically been going through different genres and different things to find my voice, and I think I finally found it. So that is
boom. Okay, for those of you who might not have known, right? So here we are. So I take Falami, right? And we say, Falami, what is it that you want? She says, hey, Pitt, I want to put out my album. I go listen to the album slamming. It's like a recreation of that 70s, 80s dance era music, but with that 2017 flair to it. She got a hit song on there called Pose. Sounds like that song Vogue, but with an international beat, with a whole nother soulful flow the way she do it. So that's great. This is gonna be a hit. Then she says to me, but there's one thing. I want to re-record my album. Now she has a song with Nile Rodgers that he sung on, and he's took her to New York and they recorded it just about a month ago. All of this happening live in action. You know, it's no problem. I see her every day. When she's in town, I'll pull right up on her. We do what we do. So I say, okay, Falami, here's what I'm going to do for you. This is that expert advice mindset that I have. Now, I couldn't report this about, let's say, a month ago. So we came up with a program, and we have to introduce her. So we came up with the Falami shirt, the definition shirt. This is one of her ideas. Very simple. Now this shirt, the idea of the shirt is to help her fan base be a part of her music project. So the shirt has a little accelerated price on it. But most of those buying the shirt, they don't mind. They just want to support. $35, $40, right? Sleeves cut. You got the sleeves cut, whatever. This guy here is a model. She got on there, right? So now I went and analyzed her fan base. She has an international fan base. Most of you wouldn't know her at all. But if you're familiar with Nile Rodgers, then you would know her for sure because she's the lead singer in the band. She has many solos that she do along the way. So now we took a computation of her fan base internationally, and we decided upon, let's give them a shirt, a support shirt. So now the shirt goes out to your fan base who just wants to support you. So they'll take whatever you're offering and they buy the shirt. We held back the album. We also held back a deal, $1 million deal. We don't want the deal yet. Why? Because we got to prove it with the numbers to consecrate the deal. So now, here we go. Shirt comes out. Hello, Digital Pit Boss. Your package from Falami LLC is on the way. LLC, we set that up as well. I also did some reworking in the frameworking of where her money goes. Now, she's in the industry and she knows a lot of people, but there's something about chemistry, about trust and respect. RESPECT. You know what you mean to me. We've been around each other a long time. She has time to concentrate on what pit bulls do. And she's seen a few things. She's seen a couple of them clubs. She also seen me in the studio on a daily basis for a decade. And she ain't never seen a day where Pit Boss was begging for anything. So she came to me and said, give me the structure and the strategy. I'll make the work work so we ain't gotta sweat work. Less than 2 months. We're out the door. Website on the move. Dollars flowing. Pit Boss ain't said a thing. Just sitting back waiting on the phone to ring. And you know how I go. So if you like, go on over there to falami.com and buy a shirt. All we're doing is trading currency in a cooperative way so that the economics of the crowd we moving in stay afloat. I once knew a Mexican guy growing up. And he would always buy them oranges off the side of the road. And I'd be like, man, them oranges don't even taste good. He said, yeah, you're probably right. He said, but you know, I drive an extra 2 exits to get them after I've left the supermarket. Because in this Mexican culture, we understand that the Mexican guy selling the oranges on the side of the freeway has a family. And for $2 or $3, whatever he's selling the oranges for, it's nothing to me. So I drive an extra 2 exits after I've left the supermarket where they got oranges for $1.99, just to spin it with my kind, so I can keep the network working, so that he can feed his family, as I'm gonna feed my family with them oranges. I looked at him and I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's not about if the oranges taste good. It's not about the little small inconvenience driving 2 exits past your exit just to catch him off that freeway. It's about the economic cooperation to build a nation. And Mexican immigration is on the move, more smooth than the Negro confrontation that we find in the conscious conversation of the sickening, thickening, keep on wicketing community that we find bashing, smashing, thrashing on YouTube. It's a simple concept. It's a very, very, very simple concept that you just can't get. It's just a simple concept. Try not to show y'all my whole spiel here. Shit. The concept is easy. I make flyers about the shit. Join a team. You don't have to join the calculated risk takers. Go find somebody who think like you and join with them. Network with them and build something. I happen to believe that India built their economy on the STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. I happen to believe China did the same thing. An industrial revolution brought them to the top. I happen to believe that America is a world empire because they have a nuclear missile defense system, which is built by the STEM. I happen to believe that our biggest billionaires in America are STEM-based. George Zimmerman for Facebook, Bill Gates for Microsoft, and hundreds of others in various degrees far outweigh and super succeed. Donald Trump, the president, a real estate mogul. Real estate is also the STEM. I happen to believe that this Booker T framework that I interest in the game to make the game work is the magic touch to building a society economically. I don't believe in marching. I believe in shooting. I don't believe in protests. I believe in finance. I believe that voting ain't gonna get you shit. But if you remove your dollars, that is a vote. I believe in economic leverage. But because I'm too potent with the game, unwilling to suck the proverbial dog dick on the Sonetta network to make the game work, unwilling to socialize with a meth head, my message is not heard loudly. I'm in a whisper zone. If you can hear my whisper, you're a lotto winner. Because this whisper is about the economic revolution. Let me show you the way. Let me show you the way to the economic revolution. It is an economic revolution with a military tactic. I make these logos up in my dreams. My dreams are a manifestation in reality, as you see. I do not know where dreams live before they come to me. All I know is that the source who sent it manifests everything, controls everything, owns everything, and will only give you the vision if you unharden your heart, crack the calcium off your pineal gland, pull the hate out your face. Only then will you see the magic. I laid 500 videos on YouTube. I'm at the end of a year. If you go back in my digital Pit Boss file and find Crossing the Bridge, maybe we should play it. Nah, you want to hear Crossing the Bridge? Huh? Maybe. It's inspirational. It's too late at night for me to blow your speakers up. I don't like to get hyped late at night. I think Nana went to sleep on us. Nana, you believed? Now, everything that I did, every logo that I made, it had a purpose and a function. This is the classic Bet It All, the digital Pit Boss, with the queen and the king crown, with the bullseye in the center and the 7 on the dice. Everything was strategically thought. The words around the logo repeat. The game is played for bread and meat. If we don't win, then we don't eat. We have to win in order to eat, because the game is played for the bread and the meat. Don't get your meat where you make your bread. Not over there dozing. I better speak a little louder. I better start giving away money or something if I wanted to keep up, huh? All right, let's do it like this, Nana. Let's do it like this. Let me show you how fast. Let's see if we can pull it up. Oh yeah, we got it, Nana. I'm gonna let y'all watch it. What up, everybody? This is your boy Digital Pit Boss. Today is September 12th. Special day for me. This is my Earth Day. So this video is entitled Crossing the Bridge. Y'all see the bridge, right? Okay, so imagine your life. You standing somewhere and you got somewhere you want to be. So that enacts the title, Crossing the Bridge. And being positive in yourself. I got a slogan I use, I call it Bet It All. And in Bet It All, the process is that You formulate thoughts. You calculate every decision of the thoughts. And when you feel like you got everything together, that you have mastered all your moves, you pre-thought everything you do, then at that moment, you got to bet it off. You got to believe in yourself so much that there ain't no plan B. If you got a plan B, it's because you didn't calculate plan A all the way. Seeing yourself all the way to the end of the goal, to the other side of the bridge. That's what makes it all come together. So, take time to organize your thoughts, organize your life, get in tune with yourself, search for that extra power inside of you, that golden nugget. And when you truly believe in what you sat there and thought all day about, hold God. Go for it. Believe in yourself and bet it all and cross that bridge. It's your boy, Digital Pitt Boss, and we out. It's that simple. Did that put you all the way to sleep? Nah. Nah, 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 nah. Yes, sir. So it's coming up to September 12th again. I wasn't in the midst of a chaotic society. I didn't have a billion haters. Oh yeah, Nana, I'm a film editor for a living. I make designs and logos for a living. I'm a brand builder for a living. I don't even have to leave my house. And the haters hate that. I just wake up, sit at my desk, kick my feet up, and I'm at work. And when I get off work, I just walk in the house, close the door, and I'm home. You know how we do it. Oh, you want a crash course? Nah. Email me. Here's the email. I'll give you my phone number. I'll show you how to crash course it. Like years. Boom. If you learn what you're doing, we can network. Because, I kind of stepping up in the real production when I come back with the game. Do you got your money up or your money down? Is your credit good or is your credit bad? What you got going on? Nah. We never know. You only got a few videos. Let's see who you're working with over here. Do you know? You're not really developed. Well, this might just be a little sidekick channel, huh? Looks like you have an interest in. You have a little interest in unexpected love for Manning. Manning. What you know about Manning? Well, welcome to the show. I don't know who you really are, but my ideology is this. How many no's does it take to get to a yes? Because as soon as you figure that out, you have created a ratio. What I'm trying to do is build a team of innovators and critical thinkers. How difficult is that? Your name means manna, manna from heaven. You wonder how I knew that one? I'm a calculated risk taker. Nah. I'm thinking what you thinking. I'm thinking what you thinking. I'm thinking. I'm thinking what you thinking. I'm thinking that you thinking. You know what I'm thinking? I mean, I'm switching up the game. I mean, you know, they can attack me if they want. You know, I still fight back, but I ain't got time. I ain't never had time. I always got on this thing and just went for what I know. But the funniest thing is to watch these awoken people knock heads and running into each other in broad daylight because they're so awoken that they can't see the forest for the trees. Confused, it seems to me, on the late night tip. You feel me? So now I think about what I want to come on with. I want to be a little different with the next show than the last show, but I want to stay consistent. Consistency brings out the best in me. Consistency brings out the best in me. That's how it works for me. Right? So, all I can tell you is that if you're about the business, Pit Boss is about the business. If you're not really familiar exactly what I'm about, you might want to hit that digital Pit Boss there, and you might want to climb through those videos, reading the titles. Even if you don't watch them, go back and read all the titles that I have. I got hundreds of videos. You'll see. You'll be like, you never know. I mean, I watch some shows. If you know, I tried to catalog them a little bit in a playlist, but for the most part, you just got to go find them. There's jewels in there. I can't even remember what I even did. There's so many of them on different topics, serious topics. I have solutions. That's all I drop is solutions. But I only get one CRT out of about, it takes me 12 months to put enough energy in somebody's back to call me, to get at me. Sometimes. Since I've been doing this, I've accumulated, I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll just say a solid 10 people. So that's less than one person a month. So I have to go hard for a whole month to get one person that's worthy of understanding what I'm really talking about. We credit building, we business building. You was focused on, well, why don't you go watch DPB is about the money and Nature Boy is about the mangoes. The saddest thing about the melanation situation, sensation in the jungles of Costa Rica, is that it's a sham. Now, if you've seen that and you haven't watched Black Ink's Melanation Sensation explanation video, then you really don't understand why we even addressed it in the first place. Now, all the other videos that I posted was just to keep my particular audience in the know. So I took each individual and put up a video so we could learn who that person was. I didn't realize that I was going to get 55,000 views. I don't have a 55,000 views on none of my videos I drop. But nevertheless, it was interesting to observe it. But here was the problem. The idea of melanation was that they would go into the middle of the jungle and just sit around on the front yard and eat Bengals until they turned into breatharians, and from breatharians into lightarians or Ethrians. So you start off a Babylonian, fresh out of Babylon. Then you turn into a vegan. And then, a vegetarian, and then a vegan, and then a fruitarian, and then a breatharian, and then an Etherian. And then you just evaporate. And you go into your higher self. All this bullshit. All this nonsense. See, this was already done by better men and women. So we gave them a proper education. And we took them back to a time in Hollywood, California, with Father Yard and the Source restaurant, vegan restaurant on Sunset Boulevard that he paid millions for, and he made millions out of it and turned his whole caravan into millionaires, and they're millionaires today. He died skydiving off of a mountain, but his little harem of hemlocks, they went off to make millions. But there was something different about the melanation sensation. They had no economics. They were anti-economics. That right there is disgusting. They're living on a white man's land. He's spending a young boy's money. This is why he didn't want no economics, because he was running through the pockets of one of his victims. They say he spent $250,000 in less than a year. On what? Mangoes? I didn't know they cost that much. So they're still there, chilling. We picked up one or two of the people from that crowd. I have a lady named Divine Love. She was actually there. She's doing a little vegan dieting and yoga and blah, blah, blah on her channel, and we trying to support her. Yeah. The land they live on, they're renting. The other one, he owns 90 acres in Honduras. But he's more confused than Nature Boy. We're gonna call him Nature Man because he's older. And he wants to just give away his land. Come on out here. Come to my 90 acres in a mango in Honduras. And I ain't gonna charge you nothing. And don't worry about the big ass flies that's gonna eat you alive. They'll go away in the winter. Don't worry about the monsoon rainstorm that's gonna damn near give you a flu, pneumonia. Don't worry about it. We don't need no health care. We're out here in nature. All this ridiculous ass shit. I don't got time for that shit. I ran away from them nature nude dudes quick as I could. I don't even want the 55,000 views on my goddamn channel. But I did speak to Fiery on the phone more than one time. I'm one of those who encouraged her to go back because she hasn't fulfilled her Peter Pan syndrome. I hope you're keeping up with me. You could get 90 acres in a mule if you get your credit right. Get your money up. I know manna falls from heaven, but goddamn, heaven is where the heart is. Nana is where the heart is. I believe that. So, the point of this show on the late night tip, even if you're on the West Coast, it's still late for some. If you're on the East Coast, you cruising into them twilight hours. So I'm gonna keep it still smooth on you. I'm not gonna pump too hard and startle you too much. I just want y'all to know that I'm dwindling down on how I'm programming my channel. I'm coming to a close of a chapter, a full year in, dropping them jewels. Most of you didn't hear. When I put a title up like War Chest or Battle Chest or anything similar to that, that means that we're going into deep thought. So if you see the war, anything, battle chest, if you see that chest, I'm coming with audios, I'm coming with intelligence. I have an entire series on my other channel, which is the Digital Pit Boss Effect. I have about 20 of them of just different audios. Grinding in. Nana, I have a couple of naturalists in my group making natural products. I have a singer, as you just seen. She sings a beautiful song about natural hair. It's a combo pack I put together. I got a stock guy, real estate, digital marketers. I could use another film editor. I can show you how to do that, son. Show you how to do that, son. And it is what it is. So I got 10 more days in this month, and I should acquire one more of you. Here's the requirement. You got to want to live your life in control of your economics. You got to want that. If you want to be like me and be a CRT representing economic controversy, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Oh, okay. I was wondering. I mean, I do play chess a little. Yeah, I usually play chess while I do it. I'm a pretty okay guy. You got chess.com? You got a chess.com account? Roberto Marx. No, I don't. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? You just walked in the movie trying to figure out what the movie is about? What are you talking about, man? You said you had a chess.com account, Nana? Go make one up. Next time you come back, we can play some chess. See where you at with it. Last guy to come out my chat room. I ain't seen him back no more. What happened? What is a CRT? A CRT, huh? Okay, let's start you from the beginning. CRT is an ideology. It is a measurement of thinking. It is a group of individuals who don't move until they see it. It is a group of people who calculate everything that they do and doesn't just walk blindly into life. It takes a little bit to be a CRT now. It's a small group with this ideology. Anybody can be a CRT. All you got to do is calculate the risk. That means that you're just not going to blindly do things anymore. You're just not just going to do things without thinking. You're going to put some thought into it from that point on. I'm looking for a CRT logo. Damn it, where is it? I don't know why it ain't sitting up here, but one cow, one horse. Let's see, I just bought a farm from me and my family, one cow, one horse. What a great start. A farm, a cow, and a horse. That ought to get you a glass of milk and a ride. You're doing quite well. I would say you're doing quite well. With that right there. Okay, I don't have my little calculated risk taker logo. I'm sure I can find a breakdown. But nevertheless, I would say, Nana, if you want to know more about the calculated risk takers, just go scroll through my archive. Type in calculated risk takers, digital pit boss, and multiple videos will pop up. So you kind of got to investigate me because I believe in build black and sell to everybody. I believe in a global economics to empower yourself. I believe that owning a farm is a critical step in being in control of your environment. And apparently, Roberto is a master of his environment now. Doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. You got to step out your comfort zone, though. Simple, and I ain't mad at you. That's right. It's not too hard. This is not a hard thing to do. This is quite easy to do. Would you like a free calculate? Would you like the free calculated risk taker logo? You can use it how you like. It's up to you. I usually hand them out if somebody decides they want to be a. Here, I'll give you the one with the butterfly. We haven't seen that one in a while. If you want the logo, there's two ways to get it. You can go to DPB Studios on Facebook and just rip it down. You can email me at 99lightyears@gmail.com and I'll send it over depending on if you want a particular format, but I'll show you. This is more of a female version I created. These are logos I just whip up. My easy stuff. Calculated risk takers. The STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And what we believe is if you see it, you can achieve it. And if you calculate the risk, when you see it, bet it all. And it's just that simple. Simple. You can have that logo. That's one. Then there's another option, the shield. We also have the shield. Let's go back and find the shield. Right? Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Uh-oh. Oh, we got the dagger, the shield, and the dagger. Woo. I forgot all this stuff, man. Boy, I done so much stuff. I'm starting to get the rewards. The people are chiming in. Now here's the shield. This is more of a, I don't know. You tell me what you think. Since you're new to this show and you don't know how it go, it's the calculated risk takers. That's how we do it. So I had one, yeah. I felt that this was the first one I made. And I was like, oh, that's a little rough. It's kind of both ways. But hey, let me do it another way. And so then I created the butterfly effect. Roberto, who's full of shit? What are you talking about? Got corn, sweet corn. Let's go see what Roberto talking about. Let me go check you out real quick, Roberto. See what you got going on the farm over here. Roberto got videos. He over here working. Let's see what you're doing, Roberto. Are you Roberto Duran? Is that you? Oh, you're a gamer. You're supposed to be on like 300,000 videos. What's going on? Gamers usually get ridiculous videos. Oh, you Pan-African with it, huh? You got the Pan-African. Let me see if you got the proper Pan-African. Let me get a little closer to that. That looks like Dr. Ben in a Pan-African African shield on a hat. That wouldn't be Pan-African to me, my brother man. That would be confusion to me. I'm Nation of Islam. Huh. Nation of Islam wouldn't be Pan-African either. But the Nation of Islam is definitely an organized tribe. That's a fact. But their philosophy is second to Booker T. Washington. Second in Black America. I give Elijah some credit for making second place. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So the purpose of this channel is to find the like minds. Each one teach one, educate the whole nation, but find the like minds. And if your mind be like minds, then we over here building a network. Yeah, we got land. We got 149 acres outside of Houston. I came in the game with those acres. you gotta see if you just catching up to me, I'm damn near at the end of the road with the conscious community. And I do consider Melanation part of the conscious community, as he got his start over there on Sachetta. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. My main team. Let me show you something. My main team. My main teammate that built this paradigm with me. He's living on the farm. And the farm is paid for. And at some point in time, we're going to organize and develop it. I've been knowing him 35 years. So here's my group on Facebook. This is my historical group. It's called the Fraternal Order of Pan-African. I put a list of men up here, and then I come in with either write something worth reading or read something worth writing. Somebody dropped in the clips. Who is this nut? Oh, okay. A lot of people. So what we do in this page is we just do the same thing. We kind of do a little historical stuff, dropping information to try to up people's perspective. Here's a good video I did called The Black Hammer. If you're into that 1960s information. Allensworth started a city in California called Allensworth, California, right outside of Bakersfield. We do a lot of research in here, okay? Now, here's my design page if you haven't went there. I charge $250 a logo. I don't cut shorts on it because I do a whole spread and it takes me time to develop, and I gotta calculate the time and effort. Here's one of my designs. Y'all might see, you might not see. I got a bunch of them. They just go on forever. They just go on forever. You see? So you can come over here, and if you see that little logo, you can snatch it down. And just put all types of shit on there. We can go all day with this. All day with this. Y'all know how I do it. Ain't nothing but a thing to me. Make them swing and bring these things. Look, I did this for the Amin-Ra Squad, the Sankofa family. Amin-Ra Squad, Central State. Look at that flyer. Is that not a slick ass flyer? I don't get no love though. Where is the land? The land is outside of Houston. You want the address? I probably got a video somewhere in my archive. I gotta think about it. Own the land. Somewhere. I got 500 videos. I got 2 channels. The other channel got about 350. I don't know. It's a lot of them. Roberto, you starting to sound like some weird shit. The guy. Send me your address and I'll send you the address. I'll mail you a picture of the land with the address. No, we would deal with you though. I don't know. You know, I have to vet you first because we gangsters over here. So I have to vet you. And if you pass the vetting, we'll invite you to the land and you could You can get busy. You don't have to go all the way to Costa Rica just to plant a tree. We was gonna put some moringa trees on it. The land can sustain moringa trees. They got a lot of value. We're gonna do a few things. We thought about it. We could put 5,000 moringa trees on less than 5 acres. We did the calculations. Now, so I need to build a digital team. I need, like, I mean, Nana, you sound interesting. I'm with Farrakhan. You don't have to vet me. Well, I got 100 videos with Hashim and Zinga, right? I've been all over the country with him. And I even got some of the Nation of Islam videos on my page. I've done some work for brother named Brother Muhammad. Everybody named Muhammad though. But you go look, just put in Digital Pit Boss Muhammad and his video will pop up. He's like a professor out here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I think he's from the West Coast. He said he brought Khalid, Farrakhan, all of them. You know, I just gets busy. But you still got to be vetted. I wouldn't give a damn if you came from Obama. Because I ride with Jesus. I'm a Christian. And that's the greatest of all times. But see, he said, name don't mean nothing. No, Farrakhan did the work. Undeniable. Undeniable. I seen Farrakhan in LA when I was like 12. That shit was really amazing. He energized me, god damn it. Had me on some. I'm about to kill the white man around this bitch. Farrakhan is. He make it do what it do. No, I love to go back and get me like a Farrakhan video from the 80s when he was real slim with the wavy cut. Boy, that boy was hot rocket. But see, you know, I found some flaws in some of the videos, but they minor flaws. But you know, as I got older, I was like, wait, what you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? But no, I ain't even gonna front. I got me some good Farrakhan videos, boy. He got just decades of stuff, though. Muhammad don't teach that. Especially if you come from Obama. Look, well, I'm kind of confused. You said Muhammad don't teach what? What doesn't Muhammad teach? What Farrakhan teach? It says, your works define you. Go to jail then. Sometimes never taught to kill nobody. Oh, you said that Farrakhan hasn't taught that the white man is the devil? You sure you come from Farrakhan? I know that ain't his current narrative. But do you want to hold tight to that statement? Oh, you talking about when he wore all the green, Nana? The green with the gold trim. Savior's Day 2000. Y2K and Savior's Day. Roberto, who is greater, Farrakhan Elijah or Jesus Christ? Of the three, which one will be remembered 2,000 years from today? Above all. I'm a Bible scholar. I'm a Bible scholar in the conscious community. Don't nobody even want to rumble my name. Say my name, say my name. Nobody in the conscious community will say my name. Here, let me put the link out there. You sound like you know something, brother. I ain't never spoke to a Nation of Islamer who didn't have a flow, a good flow with the rapture, good rap flow. Come prove it. If you from Farrakhan, come prove it. I'll prove it a lie. Look at the link. The show is open. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to put on your suit. We'll take the logo. Anybody? It's late night. Nah. Hit the link. Hit the link. That's a vegetarian link. No pork. From the land. Slave ship Jesus. See, brother, I'm too well educated. Brother, I am a debater out the conscious community. I have battled them all. 500 videos in. You don't want me to begin on the good ship Jesus, do you? You gonna play me with that simple one, brother? Don't do it to yourself. This is why I told you there was some flaws with the Nation of Islam. Let me give it to you quickly. The Nation of Islam put out a book called The Jews and the Blacks, Secret Connection. Now, if you understood that book, you would have read that book. And in that book, you would have knew about that book. And you would have knew in that book, they talk about the good ship Jesus. And the good ship Jesus was owned by Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, Sephardic Jews. They own that ship. They named that ship. They hate Jesus. It was a comic. It was comical to call it the good ship Jesus. They're not Christians. They're Satanists. But when you make this statement, all white people are the devil, then you, sir, wouldn't even be free today, because it was the Quakers in Philadelphia who saved your Nation of Islam ass from slavery. It was the Quakers who built that Underground Railroad. You don't want to play around with this. See, this is why I'm trying to tell you. Pan-Africanism, Booker T style, is number one. In Nation of Islam, I'll give them number two. I'll give them number two. Hey, it's nah. What it do?
Hey, good
How you
morning, guys.
doing it this early this morning? You doing all right?
Yes, I should be getting up in a couple of hours. I got thrown off.
Hey, that's what's up. I appreciate you jumping on. I know you was over there falling into a little sleepy.
I did, yeah. I dozed right off. I did. But I heard you call. I said, who was calling my name?
We had to bring you back. We had to bring you
Right.
So tell me about the fruit on the picture and the manna from heaven.
The fruit on the picture that's a dish I made.
Really
You know,
stuffed.
with the stuffed bell peppers, you know.
That look good to me.
And the background, if you go on my page, I haven't really put anything up there. That's an old thing when I first started
Cool.
messing with stuff.
You
But
want me to promote for you right quick?
oh no. I'm still figuring out what I want to do with the page.
We'll help you. That's what we do.
Oh,
You only
oh,
got
the
subscribers.
background is corn husk. Oh, excuse me.
Let me get you some subscribers real quick.
You really don't have to. I don't have enough for them to look at.
You don't, it's all right. The ones that's gonna go over there are calculated risk takers. They probably sleep right now, but when they come watch this, all the calculated risk takers, Nana is cool beans. She got 2 subscribers. Just go over there and click like and just wait on her. She gonna put up a video every 3 months, so just give her to the end of the year. She have another one.
I promise. It's not what you think. Probably. I can tell you what the first video will be. What I'll put up.
What's that?
It's going back to Miss Beyonce. Actually, she said something. You know, you got people kind of. She said some kind of. No, she been said this. You remember what she said? She said, "Who run the world?"
Oh, girls.
That's what she said. I'm almost inclined to believe her. And let me tell you why.
All right, we love to hear this one.
just a little taste, because I can't give it all to you. But see, it's a feminine energy that's been running around rampant, right? So much so that, excuse my language, if you don't personally own a vagina,
yeah.
Or if not, you want to be one.
Woo! If you don't own one, you want to be one.
If you don't own one, you want one. If you don't want one, you want to be one.
Ooh.
And the thing about this is the only thing that can combat that is a for real man.
Whoa.
That's the only thing about it. Think about that.
Is this analogy that the men who are running the world are like girls because they're feminine or something? Or is you saying really that is really women who have vaginas that are really behind the scenes, puppeteer masters?
I'll think about it though, because I mean, even for your beta men, okay, who want the women a lot of times will do what they need to do. Shout out to Rob. You know, to keep said woman.
Oh, okay.
So who has control of that situation? I'm just saying. And the fun thing about that is that there is a man that can control her with just what God gave him. You know,
now,
go ahead.
I'm kind of like swaying into your idea here as you bring it out, like, but I kind of looked at it as an analogy. But then you kind of making it a literal sense, which I mean, you know, if you do the research and lay down the framework, I might can entertain that thought. Because you know, me personally, I ain't never had a problem with working for a woman.
Okay.
Because my personal experience, it was always a woman who didn't hate to put a plug together for me that changed the game. Every damn time I think about major things, a woman brought it to me. And freedom. And made it happen.
Yes. Don't get me wrong, fellas. I'm not the feminist chick. You know, I am on your side more than you know. I'm just somebody has to be a voice out here. I get it. We have messed up very bad. We have, you know, and we just aim for that. I ain't trying to blame nobody for that. You know, I'm just trying to see how can we get this together. Because it's a mess. So, you know, Somebody gonna have to tell the ladies what to do. Everybody telling them what's wrong, but ain't nobody telling them what to do.
Now, I think Roberto, the Nation of Islam guy, I don't think he's agreeing with you, but
Okay.
he has mind. I think he thinks. Let me see what he says. He says, you are a lonely woman. He says, I could be unemployed, even though I just showed him what I do, you know. So in reality, the Nation of Islam, he's not that in the Nation. How long you been in the Nation, Roberto? But I kind of like
my
the flow.
My bad. Where did he disagree? Did he say something about?
I mean,
It was
all over
there.
the place.
What happened?
I can't take him too serious because he's like a little all over the place. And he says, I don't know about the slave ship before Elijah. Facts. He's kind of all over the place. Maybe he's talking about 2 or 3 different things. But I think that your overall flow, your energy is kind of calm, cool, and collected. And so I would say if you would make a presentation, I'd let you present it over here and we'll pump your channel up and we'll get them stuffed bell peppers popping over here.
That's mighty nice of you. Like I said, I'm still, trying to get my little self together.
What state or city are you in?
I am in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay. Oklahoma is nice, right in the middle. Now in the middle.
We find ourselves places in life. You couldn't have told me this 10 years ago. No.
You said what now?
You couldn't have told me I'd be in Oklahoma 10 years ago.
Oh, wow. Now you sound like you might be a little from the West Coast a little bit.
No, actually, see.
You got a little south.
It got a little drawl, a little twang to it. I get it. But actually, this is Indiana.
Indiana. You don't know about Evansville, do you?
Know about who?
Evansville, Indiana.
Evansville, yes, Lord. But see, I was like 30 minutes or 35 minutes away from Chicago. I'm from Gary.
Oh, you from Gary? What you know about 2100 Jackson Street?
Lord, gee, it's a small little something. It's a small little something.
Yeah, Gary.
They made it do.
Some amazing people, as small as it is, though.
Yeah.
I just remember watching that documentary, and then they start running through the names of how many people really came up out of Gary. Yeah. Didn't the president come up out of there too?
They say, it's some dude.
Woodrow Wilson. Say, I'll put you on the spot. Yeah, I don't know who he was. But
look, I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm lying if I say I'm sorry because I'm not lying. I just never was interested.
Is the white man the devil?
I learned what I had to graduate. I'm not going to even play with you.
Let me ask you this. Is the white man the devil?
The devil?
Roberto is the Nation of Islam. Their famous quote is, the white man is the devil.
Well, this cannot be denied. Like, he can do some devilish things, we give him that much.
See, my thing is this. There's a man named Nelly Fuller Jr. You ever heard of him?
Nelly who, sir?
Nelly Fuller Jr.
Yeah, I've heard his name.
Yeah, he's on YouTube. If you type, man, he got some great little. He's an old school cat, about 90 years old. He been writing a book, and I have the book.
Okay.
The United Independence. It's kind of a long name, but what he talks about is white supremacy and the system of it. And he came up with this. He said that all white people are suspected racists. Not that every white person is a racist, but all are suspected until proven otherwise. That sounds more logical to me. and I'm a logical thinker. So I kind of take that over the white man is the devil that just broad stripe it and act as though he don't know nothing about John Brown. You see what I'm saying? Or he ain't never heard of the Quakers. And see, with my I'm kind of Pan-African, Christian Pan-African. I'm a specialty in the conscious community. Most of them are Kemetic Pan-African, atheist Pan-Africanist, Satanist Pan-African, all kinds of crazy Pan-African. But the original were all Christian based. And with the Bible, they established a cultural and economic upliftment. And the earliest stage of it was the abolitionist movement. And with that, the Quakers created the abolitionist movement along with the early black guys who joined in. And that's how we got on the march for this freedom. And if we were to be listening to Roberto, we wouldn't have dealt with them because we'd have thought they were the devil. So that's why I had to tell them that the Nation of Islam logic is flawed, and therefore they take the number 2 spot on the most effective groups to come to the African American experience. How do you feel? I see that you have God in your flow. What's your perspective?
Well, let's see. Seventh-day Adventist background mixed with a little Islam. And of course, there is that down home Sunday school.
Yep.
I have dibbled and dabbled on my own looking for whatever I'm looking for, right? I kind of put a halt when it came to the Catholicism because I just took what I needed up out of there, like to verify.
Well, I'm what you call, I have another specialty. I'm what you call a preterist.
Okay.
Let me say, I'm a Christian with a preterist view of the Bible. And the word preterism means past event, right?
Okay.
So when I read the Bible, all the prophecies have been fulfilled, and they were all fulfilled in the 1st century.
Okay.
You ever heard of that one?
I hear a lot, and I've heard something similar, this has already been accomplished, and I've heard that before.
Okay, yeah, so that's the view I take, and I teach it on my platform as well. I don't always stick to, I have a guy that I do it with. His name is William Bell, and he does it 5 days a week on his channel.
Okay.
But him and I kind of walked into the conscious community to introduce the preterist view, and we've been super attacked because we came in there with that Bible.
Okay.
And
I have a question, sir. I'm sorry, forgive me.
Sure. No, go ahead. I love questions.
Okay. So we're on the same page. Your view when it comes to the Bible is that the entire thing is done.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you've had this question. Okay. So the signs. So is it like a clock in the universe then? Stuff just keeps coming back around?
What people?
For instance, this past eclipse right here.
Uh-huh.
A lot of Christians, and the conscious community has grabbed onto this. And this is, this is a firm sign that was planted into the heavens. That they can go to. And is it Revelations? No.
First of all, this is the same eclipse that Nat Turner seen on the same day back in like 1825.
Okay, let's see. This is, and that's also the one that happened somewhere around Noah time, right? With Nineveh, somewhere around there, right?
Well, it could
be the sign of Jonah, correct?
Because this eclipse, it happened in 1989. right?
Mhm.
The last
I
time it
remember
happened
what?
in America,
I thought
right?
it was 80 something. Well, no. Was
Or
it 80,
it could be, it could be,
86? 80?
but
I
yeah,
remember it.
that could be the day. But I'm saying it's going to occur every so often because of the way the stars are aligned.
That's what that was my question to you. Like it's a clock, like it sets up, like it's gonna come back around. You know, like
But see,
1 o'clock is gonna come back around. You feel me?
so
Is that what you're saying?
well, see, in the book of Revelations, that is not a completely literal story. Most of it is what we call apostolic language, meaning that it's referring, it has meaning to it and not the literal sense. So there's a verse that says, you're going to see the stars and the moon fall from heaven, right? Now, if we take science, science says that a star is bigger than the earth. One of these stars that we say, and they say that those stars are billions of miles away. So the idea that that star is literally going to come down here and fall on the earth is just not logical. And the star is bigger than the earth. It would just completely engulf and destroy the earth.
So
right. So when we look, So when we look at that verse, we have to say, well, maybe it has a deeper meaning. And so when you study what is called idioms in the Bible, have you ever heard that term?
No.
Idioms. Okay, an idiom is like, you know how like today we'll say something like, Nana is bad. You know, I'm not saying that you would be ugly, right?
Okay.
Well, you know, in today's language, I'd be like, oh, Nana look bad. That would be like good,
okay.
right?
Right.
So that would be called an idiom. When you use phrases, but they have different kind of context and what they mean. So when you look at the Bible and you see the word stars, stars are always referring to governments and people. And then we can use various verses in the Bible where the word stars is being referenced in order to show an example how in the Old Testament, I believe it was a story of a family, and it was described that the children were like stars. And I can kind of pull it out, but off the top of my head, I can't remember.
I just ran past a video. Somebody was talking about this very thing, and what he pulled out the Bible was the stars was actually the demonic beings, that's supposed to dwell in the firmament. Yes.
Well,
that works.
Well, he would be going into some esoteric Bible in that for me. But what I get from it is the Jews. The Jews were the ones who undermined Jesus at the cross. He warned them in Matthew that he would return and destroy them.
Okay,
so in
that's not all of them.
No, he would destroy those who didn't follow his word, right?
Okay.
So in 70 AD, there's a thing called the Siege of Jerusalem, where the Romans pulled up on Jerusalem and destroyed it. So if you and I get on a plane today and fly over to Israel, where Jerusalem is, we would see that the city was destroyed. And so we would say, well, when did this happen? And then they would pull out the history and we would find out this occurred in 70 AD. This is not an argument with any historians. It's well documented. It's also documented by Josephus, who was with the Romans, and he himself was an Israelite and witnessed the destruction, right? And we also have the particular emperor who was in power at those times. It was Nero, Vespucian, and Titus. Those three guys destroyed Jerusalem. Now, with that destruction, we have a series of prophecies being fulfilled. And when we look at those prophecies, they go in tangent with end time prophecies. of the Bible, things that are going to occur at the end of time. And so when you break all that down, and I go into it extensive, I'm not really, going to take you there this late at night. You start working your brain over. I'm just giving you a quick glance, a little glazed donut.
Okay.
But that's basically the position. And it's very interesting. And if, you decide you want to know more, I got plenty of videos that we could talk about it. Whatever, however you want to do it. Or you can come back on, we can do a show.
Oh,
Get you popular.
Good. Oh, no. You ain't got to get me popular. I just have a lot of questions, and I like hashing it up with people, see what we come up with.
Well, if I show you a verse right now, if I ask you, when Jesus come back, what is he coming back to do?
Jesus.
Yeah. Would you say that he's gonna come back and destroy the wicked?
Destroy the
Would you say he'll
wicked.
come back to bring the kingdom?
Bring the kingdom. Okay. What I was told is that he's coming back, and he ain't coming back happy. He's tearing up stuff.
Okay.
He's righting wrongs, and at the same time, or don't let me say that. I'm just paraphrasing, but somewhere along the way, yeah, he do supposed to
Gonna destroy some stuff.
He's supposed to do two things. He's supposed to destroy and save.
Okay, that's good. Now, what about the kingdom? The kingdom is supposed to be here on earth forever and ever, right?
Right. It's here, right?
Yeah, and he's also going to build a new Jerusalem, right?
Okay.
Does that happen at the end time?
The end. What do you mean? See, when you say end, a lot of people probably. I'm not under the.
You want me to read the verse for you?
That it's going to be like no more planet Earth. A lot of people are under that.
That's not what it means. But
exactly.
I'm just slightly. I can read the verse for you if you want me to put it in context of the way the Bible actually says it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Can you see the screen or no? Because you're on here.
No, I can't see.
Okay, so this is Matthew 24, and I'm gonna read verse 3. Okay. And it says, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? This is the question. So now Jesus goes through a series of things. He says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and shall deceive. That's one prophecy.
Okay.
Right? And I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to rush through it. But he says, for nations shall rise against nations and kingdoms against kingdoms. That's another prophecy, right?
Okay.
Says, many false prophets shall rise. That's another prophecy. He says, number 15, verse 15, he says, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Let him who be in Judea flee into the mountains. That's another prophecy, right? Now he gets down to verse 34. I'm going to start at 33. He says, so likewise ye, when you see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. That's Christ saying that.
Okay.
So the question was, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So after he ran through the signs, he then concluded that this generation shall not pass until all these things occur. So now the question is, how long is a generation? Because if this is a future event, then a generation is thousands of years long. Would you agree?
Okay.
So this is how my preterism starts to become so powerful as I start to pull out various verses.
But
And then
see,
Mhm,
if you say that, like, well, I mean, well, when you say that, and you
mhm.
and because we all know a generation is what?
Well, I mean, the Bible identifies a generation as about 42 years.
Okay, but it also says our time isn't, we on two different times.
Oh, you mean that one day to God is like 1,000 days to men?
I'm just saying, yeah,
Is
something like that.
is
Yeah,
that
we
verse?
don't, pretty much.
Okay, well, let me read Luke chapter 21 and verse 20.
Okay.
Now listen to this. It
Okay.
says, "And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst depart out." Now Jesus is saying that when you see Jerusalem encompassed with armies, know that the desolation therefore is nigh. And then the people in Jerusalem need to flee to the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know that that occurred in 70 AD
Okay.
because Jerusalem is now destroyed. So in order for this to be a future verse, they would have to rebuild Jerusalem again, just so that it could be encompassed by an army.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me nobody live in Jerusalem right now?
No, I'm saying that the temple is
It
not
ain't built.
there.
No, the temple isn't there.
And at that time, they didn't just destroy.
They are in preparation as we speak. They got,
Yeah, they're in preparation to build a temple, but you can't get that out the Bible that they're going to destroy the temple, then rebuild it, and then destroy it again. Christ said, "When you see this temple, not one stone shall stand upon another." This was a prophecy.
Okay.
So see, once the building got destroyed, the prophecy was fulfilled.
Okay. But is it possible? I'm just
Mhm.
saying, is it possible that like
Uh-huh.
clockwork, this comes around yet again, especially seeing how that the earth won't be destroyed. It'll just keep going. So these things keep coming around like clockwork.
Well, if that was the case, then we would be living in Groundhog Day. Did you see that movie?
Yeah, I've seen it, but if things,
Well,
think
it's like
about it, are we living in it like that? Except it's not a day, because stuff keeps
well,
repeating itself.
things do appear to be similar to other events, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. When you put these things in perspective of what we call audience relevance, this means that when this book was written and read to the people at the time,
Mm-hmm.
did the book have any relevance to them?
Right.
Because if it's all going to happen in the future, then it wouldn't have had no relevance to them.
Well, sure it
That would
would
be
if
like
it
me.
happened. It would though, because if it's on clockwork now, this thing we're establishing in the heavens,
Uh-huh.
it was going to happen to him,
So what you're saying
and it
is,
did.
it's just going to keep happening over and over and over forever.
No, what I'm saying is, it happened then, and as a parable, it was that book is a parable thing. That's dose too.
No. Parable is just an analogy.
I get it. I know, but it's more than one way of saying something.
Okay. I
It
got
may
you.
have two different outcomes. I'm just saying.
I got you. I'm open to interpretation.
It's just another way of,
Looking at it,
looking at
right?
it.
Okay. I'm not mad at it because see, I like to walk people through the various thoughts that they have, because when we do that, it's like logic starts to kick in over time. It just starts to be like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I got it. Well, what about this? What about that? For instance, you know about the dragon in Revelations, right? The big dragon at the end.
Yeah.
In the end, Christ is going to destroy this dragon, right?
Okay.
So when we ask, well, what is the 7-head dragon with the 10 horns?
Mm-hmm.
We got to go in there and find out what is the dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now if you ask somebody from the Nation of Islam, what is the dragon? They have no answers. It's not in the Quran. Rarely would you ever hear someone from the Nation of Islam teach from the Quran. I don't think I've ever heard Farrakhan teach from the Quran. But
It make reference to the Bible.
yeah, he teaches from the Bible, but he follows the Quran.
Yeah.
Pretty weird.
Yeah.
But what we do is we give you names of men for every head of that beast and every horn of that beast. We name them and then show you them in history and fit them in their proper place.
Okay, but like clockwork, somebody could still do it and make it relevant today.
No. They try, but everything that they try fails because currently they said
that one they used about with the countries was pretty good.
Okay, well, they said that the Pope is one of the heads, and Russia and China and India and all these countries of world powers are all part of the big dragon, right?
Okay.
And that because we have nuclear bombs now, that's going to be fire and brimstone and destroy the world with nuclear fire. These are the concepts that's out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now when we go back to the 1st century when this stuff was written, this is the idea is that these people didn't even they barely had a horse and buggy back then.
Right.
And now all of a sudden the writer is writing about nuclear missiles in America.
Well, let's look at that. Either it's a premonition, okay, what some people say.
I like that word. I like that word.
Or, like, let's get back to our clock. I like the clockwork thing. The clockwork, okay? Like, what if they were meteors? Fire falling from the sky.
Right. That's
because they do come around, and it's supposed to be some on the way, ain't it? I mean, Russia had one, what was that, last year?
That's good. And they have to fall on Jerusalem.
Hey, I don't own anything over there yet.
You better buy fire insurance.
I know, right? Man. But you see what I'm saying?
I got you. You might be turning me into a futurist.
A futurist. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we call everybody else, futurists, because whatever they talking about is in the future.
Okay.
So we call them all futurists. We are what you call past tense, and they're future tense.
Okay, well, I haven't found exactly what I am yet because I'm still in that search mode. I'm still putting these pieces together here. Because a lot of stuff just don't make sense. And you know what I'm saying?
I understand. I mean, like I say, I've spent the last few years in what they call the community, having super long debates about the Bible and history, and it really sharpened up my skills. And now I clearly see what's going on. And one of the things with Christianity, what we call the Sunday Christian, right? That's just the broad, section of us in America. Is that they're waiting on Christ, and they believe that he's coming back to save them. And because they believe that, they're not utilizing the power of the kingdom now. And the power was given when Christ appeared.
Okay, well, as I'm getting this, this information in, this knowledge in, the way I'm processing this, is that, okay, let's, for instance, they say, what's in a name, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't call on his name, you feel me? Ain't nothing about to happen for you.
That's true.
So what we gonna do? Well, let's look at this like I'm getting it in. So what I'm saying is there was a conspiracy, okay, for the chosen not to know who they are, not to be chosen anymore. You feel me?
Okay.
Not that. So
Okay.
they started out, if you don't know, you can't do it.
True.
So hence slave ship Jesus. Okay. So you got to find out what the correct name is, first of all. And that's, oh my goodness, that's a journey in itself, ain't it?
To a degree, but I wouldn't say.
And I'm just trying to break down the book if you want to really go by the book.
Let me show you how powerful, if we just use the English name Jesus, right? Because your mind knows what it's referencing. It knows it's going.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
So now, but check this out, this little history tidbit, right?
Like a placebo pill. I get what you're saying.
So now here's a fact that can't be denied. In the time 1865, the slaves were freed from slavery, physical bondage, right?
Okay.
And at that moment, I'll say within 50 years, Black people go from slaves to the greatest inventors the world ever seen.
Right.
In 50 years. The world has ever seen. That means we invented things nobody on this planet at any time had ever accomplished. And we did it in 50 years. Now, how did we do that? Because when we came out of slavery, we were embedded with the Bible, and we manifested the greatest people on the earth at that time, hands down, around the entire globe. There were no men greater than us when it came to human advancement.
You know what? When you put it that way, it almost makes sense. As to why things happen. Because if you can do that much with as little as they gave you,
right?
Yeah, man. Okay, I'm sorry. Please continue.
All what we invented. We gave them the filament in the light bulb.
Right.
Gave them the Patterson car. We wouldn't be riding these fresh BMWs if you didn't make the Patterson car. We gave them the gin. We showed them how to cultivate cotton. And
now you know a nigga was got. Excuse me.
Oh,
gonna make anything.
That's Oklahoma on me. We gave them Black Wall Street. We invented the computer. We created the cell phone. We created the elevator. We created the stoplight. We could go on and on about ideas that were created from a group of people who were spiritually based. We were more far advanced than Ifa, Yoruba, Islam, any of them, Buddha, Confucianism. None of them could compare to the Christian slaves freed and made whole.
Okay, but if that look at that, that's spirit. Right. That's spirit.
And I guarantee you that to this very day, I'll take 100 men from every continent, from every culture, and put them all on the field. And the African Americans will dominate in everything.
You know,
Equal men of equal size and ability. And African Americans will dominate in everything. Why is that? We do it all the time, every day, every month. Did I lose the stuffed bell peppers?
no, I'm just saying, see, in my mind, that's just like you said, the spiritual base in my head, chosen
I'm
people.
just saying, we went out and helped Africa with colonialism from white folks. We helped ourselves with slavery. I mean, you know, in this fight, we sent Booker T. Washington, Tuskegee College, created the Red Tails to go over to Ethiopia and save them from the Italians and establish Ethiopian Airlines. We were the first in the sky. We were the first driving in the car. And if I keep going and keep going and keep prying and keep prying, damn it, we are the gods. No, but I'm just saying, we were inspired by the Bible. Some did not have that book the way that we did. Some were not, as they say, forced upon with it or enslaved with it. There were people who didn't have contact with the white man, and they weren't advanced as us. They are not as advanced as us today. And now that knowledge is traveling around the world, we see other civilizations advancing like us because knowledge is traveling. But at that time, in Tuskegee College, 1881, or even go to 1900, Booker T. Washington goes to Harvard and gives a speech and says, I created more millionaires than both Harvard and Yale combined, as well as we know that Black Wall Street was one of the most advanced cities in America at that time. It might not have been the top city. You still had New York and other things there, but as far as what they did in such a short period of time, had they not been touched, they would have been superior today. So when I look back at history and I say, well, what this Bible did for us pushed us to the top of the pile with what we were able to do once we were given this knowledge. This is how powerful the knowledge is. And wherever this Bible is not found, like in the cracks and crevices of nature, you will see people undeveloped, studying nature.
I gotta agree with you, but it's, see, because then you got people like, well, I don't know what his child, Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
He was Christian based first.
All the Muslims started with the Bible, and Islam is just a version of the Bible.
But what I'm saying, it's just a
I mean, it's different. It's different, but it's still.
No, what I'm saying is, if you see a child who's reared up in Islam and a child that's reared up, you know, being a Christian that converted.
Yeah, well,
or vice
here's
versa.
what they taught me.
Spiritual though.
Yeah, here's what they taught me. That Islam is to follow the will of God. or to be a Muslim is to follow the will of God, right? So with that logic, who's God? Well, the Bible, I say, from my view, Christ is God. That's how I understand the Bible. That Christ is God. So Islam is to follow Christ. If anyone doesn't
that's
follow,
that part that always got me right there. You know, now I know it's if you've seen me, you've seen the Father type thing. But I always go back to that first commandment, though.
What?
You know, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Does that include Jesus, who said, you know, wait, he never said he was God, though.
Yes, he did.
You seen me, you seen the Father.
Yes, he did. No. He said he was God. See, that the people make that cliche in the church.
Wait. Did he say that when he was talking to the?
I'm gonna get it for you right now. That the Bible says that Jesus is God.
That's when they got mad at him.
Not
that part.
No, not that part. Look, let me ask you this. God is, there's only one God, right? The Most High.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
And the Word is God.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But Jesus was considered the Word. Right.
Okay.
Now we're going to read John, I think it's John 1 and 1, right? So I'm going to go to John 1 and 1. I believe that's the verse. And let me make sure. Okay. So here, I got to read this slow. And I'm going to reinstitute this. First, I'm going to just read it really fast. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now, if we can agree that Jesus is the Word, would you agree to that?
That's what it says.
Okay, so now I'm going to take the word out and institute it with Jesus, since Jesus is the Word. It says, in the beginning was Jesus, and Jesus was with God, and Jesus was God. Because it says, in the beginning was the Word, which is Jesus, and the Word was with God, which is Jesus with God, and the Word was God. Jesus was God.
So that part that say make man. No, that's something.
No, because now we're creating two gods.
Okay.
If we do that, we're creating two gods. And there isn't two gods. There's only one God. That's what the Islam says. There's but one God, and Elijah was his messenger, and all of that, right? Okay. So everybody agrees that there's the Most High God, and he reigns supreme, right?
Okay.
So now I'm going to read further, and it says, and the same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. And in him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. So now, the Bible said that God would manifest himself on earth in the form of a man. And so when Christ was born, his title was Emmanuel. And the word Emmanuel meant God with us, letting us know that God took on human form, which is not God, and put his spirit in it, which was God, and walked among us. So when Christ says, when you see me, you have seen the Father, he is just saying that his physical appearance is a reflection of perfection. which God is perfection, and he was perfect. So when you see perfect, you see God, because God is perfect and Christ was perfect. And the only thing that has no sin is God, and Christ had no sin. And only God is without sin. So if you ask any minister, did Christ have any sin? He would tell you no. And if you ask him, is only God perfect? He will tell you yes. And then if you say, was Jesus perfect? He will say yes. And all those things cannot be if Christ is not God. Because if Christ is not God, he could not be perfect. If he was not God, he could not be without sin, because only God is without sin. But see, what happened was Christ had on human flesh that could perish, and God can't die. So he had to separate the flesh from the spirit and make the flesh the Son of Man, or the Son of God, and his spirit was God. But the flesh was not God. It was just flesh. It could be destroyed, but his spirit could not be destroyed.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's you know, that's how I'm taught and understood. And I kind of found it clarity in that understanding.
No, that makes sense to me. The most so far, I'm just saying. Because the stuff that, you know.
I mean, you know, if this is like one of your subjects, we can always, I mean, we can talk as long as you want tonight, but I'm saying we do this so much that I don't have no problem calling you on the phone or doing another show online, and we just answer questions all day, take questions from the audience. And if that's what you like to do, I mean, that's why I come on here live to connect to people and try to make a real connection with someone, because I have a little group. It's kind of late, so I don't see any of them in the room tonight, and that's rare, but I know they're up. I know I can yell out, Big Sean hit the chat, and he gonna say something, or Asaga, or Gigi, or Divine Love, or Rise and Repent. These are some of my peoples in the room that all represent every time we get down over here. And so you know, we just trying to formulate a cooperative economics group that we could build in wealth and understanding with each other.
Who can be managing? That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What's the next move? You feel me? Damn.
Yeah. I mean, they're donating thousands of dollars to my. I don't know if this is your first show, because I never really seen you in there in the chat before. But if you go, like, I just did an 8-hour show, right? Yes, the other day. I swear they started throwing $1,000 at me. But it's not just random. We actually talk. We know what we're trying to do, and we're building a bigger network. Like how they had these platforms, like you know, Tommy Sotomayor and Sonetta had these real nice platforms. We're building a bigger platform, and we're all designing LLCs, and we're branding them and building business credit. And we're going to do this for the next year and make moves. And so, yeah, and so we helping one another. So, you know, if you tune in and check us out and stuff like that, and then you start to understand the depth of what we really over here doing, and then we would encourage you, like, get involved. Like, we will all get on the phone with you. You know, like, we'll get on the phone 5-6 deep and talk 4 hours, and then, you know, until we have proper understanding, and then we move forward with whatever understanding we come to, we move forward with that. And most of them been following me for a solid year and fully understand what I'm talking about now, because I repeat a lot of things.
At this point, happy to have questions answered. That's all. You know, I'm good with the dialect.
I got a couple of answers. I mean, if you had another one, I would surely take a stab at it.
Oh no, this stuff is like truly random sometimes. Stuff that, you know, I really get in depth about when you know, them in depth conversations come out of nowhere. You don't even be expecting them.
That's right. That's right.
So when it hit me, that's when I ate.
Well, I usually like to read this verse because it usually creates some more controversy. This is Luke 17, right?
Okay.
Another one. I just got a few I run all the time. It says, well, 17, 20 through 21. It says, and when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of God is within you.
Okay.
Now you know where the kingdom of God is?
You know what? It just made so much sense. Damn.
This is why I'm telling you, he brought the kingdom at that time. He was there to bring the kingdom. The kingdom was entering into the body of Israel. That was God's kingdom. He destroyed the old Jerusalem, which was the one in Jerusalem, the building, the temple, and he built a new one not made with human hands that was spiritual. And he put that one inside of you. And you became the temple of God where the kingdom dwells. God always dwells in the temple. But in the old time of Moses, God dwelled in the physical temple inside the sanctuary where the Levite priest and other holy men could visit God. But once he destroyed that temple and killed all the priests and all the bad seeds, the shafts, he then made a spiritual Jerusalem and he put it inside of men that accept God and come into the kingdom and join the kingdom. Now, with that power, when you pray, you're meditating. When you're meditating, you're praying, you're focusing on God's word, which is the power itself. And through that power, you get epiphanies, affirmations, positive thought to execute in your life. And when you do it, that's the manifestation of God, that people can see the power of God in the form of a Tuskegee and the Patterson car and the cultivation and George Washington Carver and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Farrakhan and Elijah and all these men who come and impress us with the power of God.
Okay.
And even though some people take different versions of ideologies, right?
Okay.
The Bible says that God chooses whom he will to do his bidding.
Right.
So even though someone come before you saying, I don't believe in God, but everything they doing is God's work, then it's God controlling them, whether they believe or not. Because he don't need them to believe to put it to utilize them for his purpose. He did it with Pharaoh in the Bible when he said he hardened Pharaoh's heart and used Pharaoh to force him to send the Israelites out the country. Because that was the will of God. But the conscious community doesn't believe in a God. They have no God. They're the no gods. They're God. They became God. Same thing that happened to the Romans. The Caesar had become God. Huh?
So let me get straight. The brothers.
Uh-huh.
That's on the corner.
The Hebrews. No, the Hebrews
They
believe.
believe they're not a part of the.
Yeah, they're part of the conscious community, but
Okay.
and they believe in the God of the Bible, but they have an obscured version. They say things that have never been said in at no time. Like for instance, they say that Esau is the white man. Now Esau is the Edomites, and the Edomites were Jacob's brother. Jacob's brother's name was Esau, and his children were the Edomites. And Jacob was the Hebrew, and his children was Israelites. Now they were twin brothers. And since they were twin brothers of the same mother and parent, both of them was Hebrew. But Jacob's seed would become Hebrew Israelites, and Esau's seed would become Hebrew Edomites. And the kingdom would go to the Israelites and be taken away from the Edomites. Then, when they split, Esau set up his kingdoms in the southern region of Jerusalem before Jacob. And when I say kingdoms, we talking about language, culture, writing, all of that.
Okay, so wait a
He
minute.
set up a
So
kingdom.
Esau at this point is who? The Arabs?
No, I'm talking about at the time of Jacob and Esau.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying who is who now?
Okay, now you couldn't tell who was an Edomite. That's like trying to say which black man in America ain't got no white blood in him.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but
I mean, can you tell? Could you look at your brother and know
I mean,
he had a white mama?
you knew something was going on.
Okay, but there are black people
Not
in
to say exactly what it
look
was,
whiter
no.
than him. Huh?
To say exactly what it was, no. But you knew
Right.
that you knew he wasn't.
Some people, yeah, I know you can tell you got something in him, but what I'm saying is we went through slavery. We had no
Okay,
control.
but we would know what area they supposed to be in, right? Oh, when they were last saw, when we last seen them, right?
But what I'm saying is Esau could not be the white man, because the Bible in Genesis chapter 10 has what is called the Table of Nations. And in the Table of Nations, he let us know that the white man come from Japhet and the Isles of the Gentiles. And that's where the Asians and all the Caucasoid people, which is called
You said that baby was red and hairy, right?
right, and so was Adam. Adam's name means the same thing when you look it up. What's up, True Colors? You here to mute my phone, bro? Look at this guy. It's early in the morning, True Color, man. Relax, bro. In the morning, you can tear him up. That brother attacks. It's a dude in my room. He loved to attack Tommy and Tyreek Nasheed. That's his target.
Oh wow.
Donald Trump will get you more attention.
Oh,
Let me
well.
tell him. Donald Trump will get you more attention. No, I'm saying, see, the Hebrew Israelites, their narrative is off. They think that the black people that came over here in slavery are the 12 tribes, and that white people systematically dropped us off on certain islands according to tribe.
Wait a minute. All of them?
Huh?
All 12 tribes got dropped off here?
Yeah, not only did they get dropped off, but they got dropped off according to your tribe. So basically, if you went to America, you were the tribe of Judah. If you went to Jamaica, you was Benjamin or whoever they supposed to be. If you went to Cuba, you was Issachar, and they got names according to what area you got dropped off at. And then that.
So who are the native people here?
The native Indians, they're another tribe that they say. So they say that the Hispanics and the Native Americans are closer related to you than an African in Africa.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. I can actually go back to my great-great-grandmother, and I was fortunate enough to hear her tell stories about her grandmother, who really was an Indian. So I actually can pinpoint that lineage. It's my my African lineage.
Okay, but
I'm having a problem with.
There's a problem with the Indian. The Indian is a mulatto like Barack Obama.
I feel what you're saying, but I'm just saying that's the only thing at this point that I can trace about me.
Right.
Yeah, copper colored that I am. That's all I can, that's as far as I go.
You, right?
Hmm?
You got a little Indian in you, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And see, I do too, somewhere, according to a couple of my family members. Somewhere. But here's the problem. The Indians were cohabitating with Africans before Christopher Columbus ever set sail to America. And the Africans have been coming back and forth to America, what is known as America, for 1,000 years before they showed up.
No doubt.
So that meant it was Africans here when the slave ship pulled up.
Right.
And Indians wherever else. Not copper color. I'm talking about blue, black, and copper color.
Say blue, black. Okay, for sure.
Like everything, not just one thing. Like it was probably some light-skinned brothers here. The yellow bones. It like we pop out all kinds of colors.
All kinds of colors out there.
Wherever we at, it's always different colors of us. Right? But the thing about the Indian, when you go back far enough in history, you realize that they have Mongol and African blood that make up an Indian. All you got to do is look at the Eskimo, who's a Mongol, and then the Africans that was coming up from the southern region, from the Mexico side, and the Mongols who were coming from the north. Their mixture makes up an Indian. Because you can't find an Indian anywhere else on the planet.
No.
Huh?
No.
So why he ain't nowhere else?
And you saying the closest thing that look like him is the Mongoloid, the Asians.
The Asians. If you look at an Indian, one of them dark-skinned Indians,
yeah,
he got Chinese eyes, he got a hairless face, he got the long straight hair, right?
Right.
But he looked black like a brother. But
okay.
then features, he got that Mongolian feature to him. Okay. And then if you just compare him to the Eskimos and the Asians, you will see he looks just like them.
So the Negroids, the Mongoloids, and these Caucasoids, right? They're the three base. Is that what you're saying?
To making an Indian?
Negroid was base, right?
You mean to making an Indian or what?
Because where did...
No, are you asking in specific to an Indian or what do you mean?
No, because I want to know, it's like,
okay.
Did the Mongolians just pop up, or were they a mixture between...
No. If you go back further enough in the Asian culture, you'll end up in South Africa with the Khoi people or the San people of South Africa who are straight black and look straight Asian. And they claim to be descendants from them. This is an Asian geologist. You can find him online, who was doing research about his heritage, and his shit led him back to Africa.
So can we chalk that up to what was that? Perimeter change or something? Boundaries?
We chalk that up to Noah and his 3 sons.
No, what I'm saying, okay, if they all black, right?
They not all black. Okay, when Noah gets on the boat, since we believe in the Bible.
I'm just saying, come on.
Listen, Noah gets on the boat. Noah and his wife are black.
Okay.
That means his sons are black.
Okay.
But we don't know what his sons' wives are.
Okay.
So therefore, we just can only try to speculate based on what children look like, right? Just like if you have a child and your child bring you home a white baby, you're like, well, what happened? You can speculate that the daddy was white. If it's your daughter, right? You be like, you went out there and got pregnant by a white boy because this baby looked white. So when we look at the table of nations and it explains the different people, and we say, okay, Asians are popping up out of Japhet. Now we know Japhet black because Noah black and his wife black, but we don't know what his wife is. The Bible never says. So therefore, when we look at his children, we got to speculate that there was something going on with his wife where she wasn't straight black, because she was able to produce these other kind of looking children. That's if you want to take the Bible view. Now, if you don't want to take the Bible's view and you just want to just use genetics and what the real black atheist says, climate, he uses compression in climate and variations changes molecular structure in a human over time, producing all these other people. Or we can use the Nation of Islam version, that the big head scientists went to the island of Patmos and did scientific, research and created the white man through, taking the brown germ out, and all of that. And we can go with any theory. And this is what concludes, that they all lead back to the black man. So whatever theory we use, we always conclude back to that.
I had a hard time with that one right there. And they started doing this mess now. So, like you said, we're on that clock thing again.
Uh-huh. We back on the clock?
We're back on the clock. Well, now,
okay.
I like this, and I do appreciate you taking time out to talk with me, try to explain things to me.
Man, you like a breath of fresh air.
I'm sorry, I just want to know. I want to know.
This only must be like your second time listening to one of my shows. Huh?
Yeah, you popped up on my feed some type of way, and I said, well, what are we talking about? And I listened, I forgot what it was, but it was enough to make me follow you.
Ah, okay. Well,
and I was like,
when you go back and do your research, you're gonna see how much I get attacked. Even my brother True Color, he being cool with me tonight. So I'm gonna be chill on him because I don't need him on my bad side.
Oh, okay.
But no, these brothers is really just attacking us because we play this thing called YouTube Wars, where we just attack each other, trying to build each other's channels up.
Oh, dang. I wish I could see what they saying. Shoot. Guess I go back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, let me see. You say you can't even see the screen, right?
No.
Because I can show my chat. But basically we do. You know how like Atlanta Housewives, how they just fight and everybody want to tune in.
Can we do better?
That's what they're doing on YouTube. Like they're doing. I call them the housewives of consciousness.
Oh shit.
And they get hot. And we be fighting, cussing each other out.
Okay. As long as y'all got dialect. I mean,
Look, they will they took a picture of my house and posted it. Like, this is where he lives, go get him.
Oh, is that
Nobody.
serious? Oh man. Oh.
Yeah, I be taking death threats and everything on here. They done tried to break up my crew. I had a techie. They came and stole her, flipped the script. It's fun. I mean, it's been
Yes.
an interesting year.
I didn't
But now
know.
I got
I
but
didn't
now
know
I got
gangbanging
now,
on YouTube was that serious.
oh yeah. Well, when you start realizing what kind of money they making, it's
Oh,
serious. Some
that's
of them,
another show. That's another show right there. That dollar bill. Lord have mercy.
yeah, some of them getting some real money and some of them dead broke. Most of them dead broke. True Colors, he got a brand new laptop over there, so he might. I don't know what he doing. I think he over there hustling. I don't know. But some of them getting a lot of money. But most of them are broke. So that's why they mad, because they broke. Some of them are broke. And but they trying to destroy you to gain their fame. That's their concept of nation building.
We make a bigger impact together, but at the same time, a lot of people sense out to
No, that sounds too much like right.
I know some of us got to get right, though.
That sounds too much like right. They don't like.
I'm only talking to the people who want to get right. I can't be bothered with nobody else.
You know what I'm saying? See, I'm so happy that you lucked up on my channel. I think if you had signed on when we was doing the Melanation, you probably was watching that and subscribe.
So since like, what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, like since you subscribed, it was kind of like, okay, my channel just popped up. Now I kind of do it. Now you might actually tune in to see what I'm actually really over here doing. And we still gonna bring back the Melanation. Are you familiar with Black Ink, dealing with them?
I catch stuff, I'm not. I wasn't on the ground floor with none of this. I just been catching, little stuff.
Well, he was like my little investigative journalist. He's one of the personalities on this platform. Okay. So he did the investigation. If you haven't watched Melanation Sensation Explanation, please go watch that. It's very, very, very funny and informative about melanation. Okay. And it's about an hour and a half long, but it's really cool. So if anybody ain't watched that, go watch that. And you'll enjoy that. If you enjoyed that little, melanation little spiel. But he's gonna come back and give us an update on the show. So he's gonna do that in the next couple of days. He's gonna come do that. So we'll find out what the latest is with the Nature Boy. And he's gonna bring Nature Boy on the show.
The last thing I guess I gotta go see what they're doing. The last thing I really saw about any of them was what we spoke about earlier, the guy who had his own land.
Yeah, the one that.
And my thought was, what are you doing there? I mean,
yeah, well, he was over there in Guatemala, which is next door, and he got 90 acres. But he went over there because he was under a cult-like spell. You got to understand the information that they kick out. You're God, right? So if you're God, then there's nothing higher than you. And so when you start to believe a particular narrative, you just don't look at reality anymore. You don't really think that it's a white man walking around with a billy club that'll put you back in your place, God. But that's how it works. Running into the white God and realizing that the black God ain't that hard when the white God show up. Unless you got the real God, then you might can do something with it. See. So I'm so happy that you own this page. All I got to do is share some Bible knowledge with you, and in comparison to what you've already understood, to see if we can narrow down what the truth might be.
And you see, that's all anybody you want. It's the truth, right?
That's it. That's what they should want. But the reality is some of them want fame, and they can give a damn about the truth.
Oh shoot! You
Other
know what? Out of the whole Bible, I remember a few things, but this one thing, I think it was Solomon, maybe. Maybe. Well, anyway, it was everything is vanity. Everything you
Yeah,
do is vain.
right.
And, you know, that just kind of it just went into my soul through the years.
After they experience the fun and then the fun wears off, that's when the reality starts in the face. Like for
Yeah.
instance, they go down into Costa Rica. If they live there until they're like 55, you know what they're gonna realize? That they don't have a 401k and health
Yep.
plan.
But I mean,
Realize.
but still though, think about this though. That's material stuff. Still. Oh, I know what I want. Oh, please. About tithing. Can you please tell the church about tithing?
Oh, you want to know about tithing?
Please tell the church.
Oh, yeah. Tithing was done away with when the Levite priests were destroyed. There was
Okay,
no
but
longer
what tithing? What was it? What was it? What was
tithing
it?
tithing was the Levites' priest's job was to be priest to the other tribes, and they were not allowed to go out and work like everybody else. So then the other tribes were ordered to bring 10% of their harvest to the priest, and that was the tithe, the 10th. And so they would bring wheat, barley, whatever they had, and that was for them to be able to maintain their little tribe, because they were ordered by God to be priests to the other tribes and counsel them. That's why the Levite priests had such a certain role. So the tithing came in with that. Now in America, in order to kick off this mega churches, they had to superimpose that ideology into the New Testament, but you will find nowhere in the New Testament where anybody's paying any tithing for any gospel they're getting.
Okay, so
That's
my
not
understanding was tithing
that's not
had everything to do with food.
well, it was a 10th of food because that was what they were working with as their monetary gain. You see what I'm saying? So it was just it doesn't matter. I mean, you take currency and you go buy food.
It was food. It was food.
It was food. It was food. I'm not taking it away, but what I'm saying is they would take that food and use it as monetary, as an instrument of trading goods.
They should have took it and gave it to the poor and the widow and the children. But see, I got a problem with that. The changing of it. I got a problem with that because the Lord said He don't change, right?
Yeah, but we don't even supposed to tithe anymore. That was done away with.
My thing is, what was done away with? What was okay? Here we go. What's done away with?
Tithing was done away with because it had fulfilled its purpose when there was no longer a priestly tribe. Because they were ordered to give it to them, and Christ destroyed them in 70 AD, and tithing is a wrap.
Okay.
Because they're no longer there to receive their tithing. So you're only supposed to tithe to a Levite priest.
Okay, fair. That's fair. So there's supposedly no more.
There are no more Levite priests that one could identify.
So what you're saying is there are no righteous men at this point that can even.
No, I'm not saying there are many righteous men. You on the line with one, but there are no Levite priests because that was done away with. They were destroyed for disobeying God. They were destroyed. But a remnant of them was saved, and they went into the mountains as they were instructed, and a remnant was saved. So not every one of them was destroyed, but the ability to identify a priestly tribe is no longer necessary. The ability to identify anybody from any particular tribe is no longer necessary, because we are one body of people in Christ.
So you would,
Huh?
so it'll go back to knowing
Say it again.
it'd be like knowing a tree by its fruit at this point.
Yes. Yes.
So then it would be okay to feed this person here.
Exactly. Not a problem. See, like, for instance, if you're going to have a group get together to do God's work, like such as what we call a church, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is no problem with giving money to do the work, but it's not a requirement to enter heaven. It's just something that makes logical sense if you plan to build a community. But it's not a requirement to enter heaven. So if anybody is preaching that you need to give money to get to heaven, they're the devil. But if they're just
Bella said he was going to unload some buckshots on you now.
right now, if he's saying, "Hey, come bring us some money so we could put some air conditioning up in here," well, do you want air conditioning? You're gonna need to bring some bread. You know, do you want a nice facility? You got to bring some money. But he shouldn't be saying you need to do that to get to heaven, because that would be a lie.
He didn't say that. He just said that he wanted to unload and shoot a few people who didn't.
Right, because Creflo Dollar, I do a video called the 501c3 churches, camps, and synagogues. And I talk about a contract that they signed with the government to become tax exempt. And then I take you to the IRS website and we read through it. And when we get to the end of it, you realize this is not God's church. This church belongs to Satan, because the IRS controls the church.
Right.
Once you sign that contract, and if God is not the head of the church, who does the Bible say is the head of it?
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So we read in there who sets the rules in a church that's a 501c3. So if God is not setting the rules, he's not the head of it. So when they did the gay rights and made it a law that gays can marry, the church that accepts the 501c3 bribe, they have to acknowledge that law and marry gay, which would be contrary to God and shows you who's in power.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you, Creflo Dollar is not going to come out in public and denounce gay rights to marry and be in the church. I guarantee you he won't denounce it in public. He might denounce it, in a conversation, but not in public, in that pulpit, on that mic. Like that's going to be his sermon tonight. He ain't going to do that, because then he would be violating that 501c3. And with that type of violation, they could shut him down.
Oh.
They wouldn't shut him down though, because he's too popular. But they would put so much pressure on him that he would rescind what he said.
You know who tickles me, but that man is scary. That Joe Osteen, that dude.
My man called him the cotton candy preacher.
He's so monotone. He just
I got a preacher named Geno Jennings from the Apostolic Church. He's called him the cotton candy preacher. But right, he's real soft with it. You know, people, all you have to do is believe in God, and it'll be all right.
Yeah.
He don't never have a bad day. And he's probably one of the richest out there.
No doubt.
He getting that 501c3 money.
You know, what makes me mad about that is that he got a lot of idolaters. That's just, that reminds me of what's the name back in the day, with Tammy Faye Baker. That dude,
oh, gosh.
He got me. I know people personally in my family who was like gone. I'm like, ugh.
Look,
Another thing. I was like watching a crackhead. I swear.
You do not have to give them any money. But if you think they're doing something good, it's not a crime to give them some money. But it's not required. That's all I'm saying. It's not a requirement.
I said Tammy Faye. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Maybe they did do something somewhere. Okay.
No, right. TBN is not a Christian network. None of those preachers are the church. I call them the devil's church. They're all the devil. That's what anything with a 501c3 is the devil's church. It doesn't matter what they talk about. All you got to do is see what they be about, and you'll know. So, but look, I'm gonna email me. Hold on, you're on the back line. Let me see if you can see this, because nobody else can see what I'm writing you. Maybe you can't see it. I'm putting it on this back chat over here. And see if you see it pop up. You probably can't see it if you're on your phone or something.
Right. Okay, well, like I say, I do appreciate you.
Okay, well, send me an email, and I'm gonna send you my information so we can remain.
You know what? I had sent something. I think through that. Yeah.
You did? You mean on my chat?
No.
Oh, in my email.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go look. Let me see. If I don't see it, just send me another email. Oh, yeah. I see. Okay. My info. And then when you get comfortable, just reach out and let's have a deeper conversation and build where we can build at.
All right, sir. I do appreciate you on again.
You know what I mean?
And I'll be yelling at you. I'm talking to you.
All right, my 5 watchers. That was Nana You Believed. Go over there and sign up. Let's see how many of y'all looked out and went and subscribed to her 3-channel channel. Let's see what we got for you, Nana. Oh, you got 2 subscribers since we've been on. You see that? You up to 4 subscribers, and now I'm subscribing. I'm number 5. So we're gonna need a video from you in the next month. Okay. If you see any videos on my channel that you want to upload, go ahead and grab it and throw it up there.
No doubt. All right.
You can build your channel just by putting 50 of my videos over there.
Oh, we want to steal. It's just stealing. What they call that, stealing?
It ain't stealing if somebody lets you have it. I own them. I can give them away, right?
I guess so. I guess you got a point. I do.
So I'm giving you the right that if you see a video on my channel that you like, you can, snatch it down and upload it to your channel. You could keep the money that, well, you probably don't even have your child.
No, I don't even. Mm-mm.
Yeah, we're gonna hook you up. Once you decide what you're gonna be over there talking about,
Yeah.
we're gonna show you how to make it, how to monetize it and make it work for you.
Right, sir.
All right. So I'll be looking forward to hearing from you in the next 24 hours.
Okay.
All right. Be good. Now I have 4 agreements that I close the show with before you go. You still there?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna close the show with you on, because this is how I normally close my show.
Okay.
So we say, this is the Digital Pit Boss. Thank you for tuning into this show. I'm live with Nana You Believe. And we have 4 agreements to achieve. The first of the 4th being these. Be impeccable with your words and always do your best. Never make assumptions and never, ever, ever, never, ever take it personal. That's my short version, Nana.
I like that. I like
There
that.
you go. It comes from a book called by Miguel Ruiz called The 4 Agreements. And I say them because I believe them and they are effective if you utilize them. So I'm out. You sleep. Oh, you just about to get up though, right?
I gotta get up. Yeah.
You getting up, I'm going to sleep. But it's all good.
All right,
I'll be
y'all.
up early in the morning. You're gonna be like, how long did you sleep? I'll be like, long enough to get right back up.
Okay.
All right. Peace out. All right.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.